Hey, yes, I am doing another video today because something came up and I, I've, okay, so a couple of things. One, I've decided to stop hiding myself because I'm afraid of what other people are going to think or say about me on my videos. And this is how I process information. I process it by talking, and I process it by talking to myself. Sometimes by talking to other people, but generally I process it by talking to myself. Let me put him on there. And so for me, this is how I deal with information. And yesterday, I was on a call with a someone I follow, and I put in a question, and their answer was, I'm paraphrasing because I don't know exactly what the words are, but essentially their answer was that I am sitting on that. Yes, I've done a lot of work, but I'm sitting on a platform, and I'm sitting on a platform of really deep trauma. And underneath that trauma is my connection to my heart, is my connection to myself. And I've been sitting with that because I kind of feel like I have hit this ceiling, or I've hit this space where I feel like I can't go any further, and I just keep going round and round in circles in the same spot. I'm feeling better, 100% I'm feeling better. I've definitely dropped the victim. I've definitely dropped the punisher. I've definitely moved past my panic attacks. I've definitely moved past the deep, dark rabbit hole. I've definitely moved past depression. I've definitely come out through all of these different aspects, and I'm definitely sitting in a space where I feel 1,000 times better. I feel good today in comparison to where I was even 8 months ago or 6 months ago. And I was going to say, and I feel as if I have hit this wall and I'm not getting anywhere. And what he said kind of opened up my mind, and something that has been rattling around for a while is, so I have symptoms that definitely do mimic someone that has been sexually abused, but I have no memory of it. But I also know people who have come into their 40s and their 50s with zero memory of being sexually abused, and all of a sudden it's like this flash, and they're like, holy crap, I was. And I feel like I'm now sitting in this seesaw, this precipice, whatever you want to call it, where I'm wondering if I have been, because I have the symptoms of someone that has. So I have always, from I think almost day one, had excruciating and painful sex, and it's not something I talk about that often, but I do. And I also have a prolapsed uterus. So, and that was from the I can't say that was from my traumatic birth. That was from my mum getting sick and finding out that she was dying, because almost it was about a week after we found out she was sick and she was going to die that I got the prolapse. But it's all kind of around that same sexual organ, birthing, child parenting kind of arena. And so I today sat and breathed and went, okay. Because I also believe in no longer fighting for my right to be right. And there's a part of me that has said a lot over the last couple of months on my podcast and other people's podcasts, that out of all the people that I've interviewed on my podcast, I'm the only one that has never been sexually abused. And I'm coming at this from a number of different angles. I'm coming at it from, okay, so what if I'm wrong? And then having to be okay with the fact that I might be wrong. I might have been sexually abused, because that opens the doorway, right? That opens the doorway up to, well, what if I have been? And then another part of me is sitting there looking very deeply and basically saying it's okay if, and this is to parts inside of me, I'm saying if you have been sexually abused, it's okay to tell me. I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to be upset at you. It does not mean you're unloved. It does not mean that you are wanted. It does not mean that you all of a sudden become this unlovable, horrible, dirty human being. You're still lovable. I still want to be in your space and in your body, in this environment with you. And so it's taking these moments to say, it's okay. It's okay if I have been. I don't have to hide it anymore. I don't have to run away from it. I don't have to be scared of it if I have been. And then there's also this other aspect where I think one of the reasons I may, and this is all guessing. Please don't take this personally. Please do not make this mean anything about you. This is nothing about you and everything about me. Where I've been looking at it going, well, what if I haven't been? Can I actually be okay with the fact that I am one of the small percentage of the world that has not been sexually abused? Can I be okay with that? Can I be okay with being the odd one out? Can I be okay with being the strange one? I've had conversations with, I think, over 50 people on my podcast. And for me to be the only one, that's like, that if you expand that out to, well, that's 1 million people. I'm one of 10,000 people or something. My maths is not that good when I don't have a calculator right now, but let's say I'm one of 10,000 people out of 1 million that hasn't. The odds are, you can see the odds are a lot more expansive. And so there's a part of me that wants to feel bad about the possibility that I haven't been. And then there's a part of me that wants to feel bad about the possibility that I have been. And I feel like that's blocking the next stage of my journey, is looking and being afraid of what I might find, being afraid of having been sexually abused, but also being afraid of not having been sexually abused. And I know that sounds really weird, but in this world of relating and validation and acknowledgement, when I'm having conversations with people, and all of my friends have been, when I'm in conversation with all of these people and they're sharing what they're experiencing, there's a part of me, and not all of me, and again, please don't crucify me for this. I'm simply sharing what is happening on the inside of me. It is not designed to make you feel bad. It's not designed to punish you. This is just my stuff on the inside of me, that I feel like I could be wrong because I wasn't. And I know that sounds weird, but this is just a reality of what happens inside of us, right? We have these contrasting experiences on the inside of us, and we think we're wrong for not having experienced something, or we think we're wrong for having experienced something, and we fight for our right to be right. So if we think we're wrong, then we fight to be wrong. If we think we're wrong over here, we will fight to be wrong, and we will hold on to that. And if we think we're wrong over here, then we will fight to be wrong and hold on to that. But what ends up happening is, it doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on, you're still holding on to the pain, you're still holding on to the trauma, you're still holding on to the hurt, you're still holding on to the perception of the punishment. And so what I'm trying to do is get underneath that wall that I've put up by saying it's okay if I have been, and it's okay if I haven't been. And I am still lovable on either side. I am still lovable. I am still adored. I am still cared for. I am still worthy. I am still, what's the word? I am still allowed to be a passionate human being, whether I have been or haven't been. And it's okay on either side. So I just kind of felt like this was an important video for me to do, to start that process of going, it's okay. It's okay. Either way, it's okay. Either way, I'm still lovable. Either way, I'm still loved. And yeah, I kind of feel like this is my next thing, is finding out what is behind that wall, whether it is or whether it isn't. I feel like this is one thing, could be the only thing. It might be other things, but at the moment, this is what I'm facing: is what if I have been, and what if I haven't been, and what does that mean about me? And can I be okay with putting it down and being wrong? Either way, I could be wrong. Yeah, that's where I am. Thanks for watching.